Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today is sometimes I do these slightly different videos, and today it is one of those. So today I'm actually going to be photoshopping your ideas and suggestions inside Liberty County here. So I really do hope you enjoy this video. It did take a very long time to Photoshop these. I apologize if these are all not the best because I'm not a master at Photoshop here, but let me know if you like them, and if you have any more suggestions let me know in the comments below, and I may do a part 2 to this or something like that, which I already do have planned. So anyway, let's go on with the video. If you do enjoy, please do consider subscribing, as I do post daily Liberty County content for you all, and let's get right into this. Okay, so we are first starting off with this image. So now I have to say these are not in the game. These are purely ideas here and all of that stuff. So these are not actually in the game at the moment. These are not confirmed to be coming in the game. This is just your ideas, and I'm photoshopping them into the game to see what they'd actually look like properly. So this first one is weather now in Liberty County. Now I do have to say there is a very low percent chance that they'll actually be adding meteors into the game. I just added that for fun and just to kind of test around with my photoshopping skills there. So as you can see though, rain. Now a lot of people did want to actually see rain in Liberty County, and I especially would actually like to see some sort of weather, because weather would actually be really cool. Now whether that's rain, lightning, thunderstorms, anything like that, hailstones, I definitely think if they did add weather, they'd kind of keep it on the more everyday weather. They wouldn't be adding like sandstorms, because in the average in your average city you don't get many sandstorms every single day. So I definitely think weather would be really cool. It would add a lot of realistic effects and features to the game. I'm not sure if it's one of their kind of definitely adding to the game, because weather isn't like at the top of their priority list, or at the top of the developers priority list, but I still think it could be pretty cool here. But let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Alright, so the next one is boats. Now I do have to say this is pretty unlikely to happen. I'm pretty sure they're not adding boats to the game. They may be adding smaller boats, but this was mainly just a kind of a test to see my Photoshop again. But let me know if it does look pretty cool here. I also Photoshop one with ruffles on board, so anyway, so boats could be pretty fun. I definitely think though they definitely need a map expansion, and probably if they were to add boats, it would be smaller boats like jet skis, or kind of just smaller boats in general. I definitely don't think they're adding yachts to the game, and as you can see, this boat would definitely not fit under any of the bridges here. So basically I apologize, this is probably not going to come, but I thought it was just a funny thing to Photoshop in. So this next thing is like a natural disaster sort of thing here. So as you can see in this photo here, it's actually like a flood. So it looks pretty cool, honestly. I do like this. It's probably one of my favorite things I photoshopped here. But basically it's like maybe like I don't know exactly how this will work. Maybe like you have to pay 50 Robux to start like a natural disaster event or something like that here. But I think it could be pretty fun, honestly, especially for role playing. But it definitely could, I don't think it would if they did add it to the game, I definitely think they'd had to add some restrictions to it, so the game doesn't get flooded every 5 minutes or something like that. But I still think it could be pretty cool there, and maybe it like floods, or like maybe there's a command in private servers, you can flood the server, and then I don't know, fire and rescue have to drain the water out, something like that. I just think it could be a pretty fun natural disasters, something like that there, added to the game for an update. But let me know in the comments below. Okay, so this next one is due to the fire department. So as a lot of you know, if you've played ERLC for kind of a long time here, that on the fire and rescue department here, we have chainsaws. However, the chainsaws don't actually, they don't actually have any function in the game. You can't actually do anything with them. If you hold down left mouse button on keyboard, you can actually you can make a sound effect, but they don't move, they don't do anything in game. But basically what I kind of thought was maybe you could actually maybe around the map, so like how fires spawn in around the map, every maybe 5 minutes or something, a car or like a tree would fall down. So a tree would spawn in, fallen down, I'm not sure, like maybe an AI car would spawn in as well and just be there, but like something like that, honestly, where a car would spawn in, or a tree would spawn in that it's like, you know, broken, or not broken down, but the tree is kind of like fallen down, and you have to get the chainsaw and kind of saw it, or not saw it, kind of like, you know, break up the tree, and maybe it's blocking a road and you have to do something like that. But I think it could be pretty cool. Like, you know, it's not the biggest functionality, but it's definitely one more thing that fire and rescue can do, and it will actually give, you know, fire and rescue something to be able to do here, because except for the fires, you know, and healing people, fire and rescue can't really do anything else, and the chainsaws don't really add any function to the game except for role playing. So I know, could be pretty fun, but of course we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so this next one is robbing cars. Now, I know the developers did say they're not going to add robbing cars here. However, what if every couple of minutes an AI car would spawn in on the side of the road? So it's parked up, or it's spawn in a car park or something like that. And basically what you could do is go up to the car, hold down E, and then do this puzzle. I have to say, I got this idea from someone in the PRC Discord, so credit to whoever that was. I cannot exactly remember your username there, but credit to them because they actually gave me this idea to do this. But basically, you know, you go up to them, you do this kind of mini game, not exactly sure, but then you can, you know, get like a certain amount of money. So it's basically like the other robberies, and just like there's an AI car that will spawn in and you can go and rob it. So I think that could be pretty fun, but of course I'm not sure if they are going to add this, because, you know, AI cars, even just if they're parked on the road, could be confusing for DOT or stuff like that, or maybe it will even give DOT another thing to do, because they'll actually be able to, you know, like tow the car or something. I'm not exactly sure, but it could be pretty fun. Alright, so this next one is a helipad on the police station here. So as you all know, the helicopter comes in from outside of the map, so it will come in from, like, you know, like somewhere outside the map here, and then just fly over. And at no point does the helicopter go below the there's like a limit that it's set to, or something like that, and at no times will the helicopter go below that. And probably, you know, if it did go below that, then there would be a problem. But, you know, you can shoot down the helicopter. But basically what I mean by this update is that the helicopter will actually spawn in on the helipad on top of the police station. Then when the call comes, you know, the helicopter will be allowed to fly. It will go fly up and then fly over, and then once it comes back, it may fly out of the map or something. I just think a helipad could be pretty fun. Of course, it's not like, you know, the most necessary feature added to the game. I just think it could be pretty cool for roleplays and, you know, something like that. But, of course, you know, maybe there would be like a force field around it, because otherwise people could glitch or something like that. I don't know, it could be pretty fun. But of course, let me know what you think about this. Now, this next one, I have to give credit to Elias for actually, you know, like inspiring me to do this, and I'll put his photo on here as well, because his actually is pretty good. Like, you know, mine isn't exactly the best. But anyway, so this is that, so we have the police helicopters, police AI helicopters, which is a pretty new feature to the game. It came out a couple of updates ago. But basically, you know, I actually asked Sean, my G, about this. He did say that, you know, in the future they may be adding like EMS helicopters, but, you know, he didn't really confirm anything. But, you know, I do understand that, because they can't just, you know, if they add one thing, it's not like they can just add in every single thing. So basically what this is you go into the fire and rescue department here, you open the MDT, and on the MDT there would be like a feature where you can request medical air support here. So what happens is you'd open that, if there was like a call, what you could do is you could go to the call, and around where the call is, there would be these green areas that are located. So these green kind of boxes on the map, which would show you where the helicopter would be able to land here, because it wouldn't just be able to land like on the top of like the tallest building in Liberty County, because that would be kind of a bit unrealistic. So then once the helicopter, it would come fly in from, you know, somewhere around the map here, and once it's in, like, you know, once it's in the map here, it would come ahead and, you know, land. Then what would happen is, you know, no one would be allowed in the area that's landing. It would have like a kind of a invisible force field around it to stop people, like, I don't know, glitching under it or something like that. Then what would happen is, you know, it'd land. You can, if you had someone on a stretcher, because stretchers we think are coming, if you had someone on a stretcher, you could like hold down E with them, on the stretcher near the helicopter, it would put them in the helicopter and it would fly them away. Maybe it would like teleport them to the hospital, or maybe it would then land on the hospital or something like that. I just think it could be pretty fun. Again, you know, not the most necessary update, and I definitely think it could be a pretty cool functionality. However, it may be a bit hard to do, especially if we're talking about like AI helicopters landing, because then it comes with the issues. Well, I'm not exactly sure of the issues, but like, you know, I don't know how easy it would be to do. Now the next one, I don't actually have a Photoshop for this because I did try, but it ended up looking more like an animal than an actual helicopter. But basically what this one is like, you know, if there is a fire on the map, you will be able to go onto the MDT, the fire MDT, and call in a fire plane. So now a lot of you will have seen what fire planes look like. It's basically a plane that carries a lot of water in it, and then over fires it just dumps the water out to kind of try and extinguish the fire here. And basically, you know, what you could do is the same thing like with the EMS helicopter. If there's a fire, there would be like a green circle around the fire there. Then what you could do is you could press inside that green circle where you want the helicopter to kind of fly over. It would fly over, dump the water, then fly out of the map. I think this one is probably a bit more easier for the developers to actually do than the EMS helicopter, and it could be really cool because, you know, it flies over the map, dumps the water, flies away, and then it would have a cooldown time, and you can only call it when there's an actual fire in the map. Okay, so one last one for this is a dispatcher. So if you go into the police station or the sheriff's office and you go to, there is a room, and basically you can go there and look at CCTV cameras. However, I was thinking, what if that was like a dispatcher's GUI would pop up on the screen here, and it would basically give you a couple of different options. Basically all these functions are in the game, it would just give them to you all at once here, and I think it could be pretty fun. And maybe even, I didn't actually Photoshop this, but maybe it would even give you the ability to view the helicopter. So, you know, if the helicopter's in the map, you'd be able to view like a camera on the helicopter. So I just thought that was pretty cool there. Probably again not the most, you know, needed update, because it's not exactly, you know, it's not exactly a needed update, because, you know, we do have all of those features technically in the game right now. But, you know, let me know. So anyway, I'm gonna end up this video here. Thank you very much everyone for watching. If you did enjoy, please do consider subscribing, and also let me know in the comments, would you like me to do another one of these, or would you even like me to kind of you know, review your photoshops, because I've seen a lot of people sending me photoshops of their kind of ideas and suggestions in Liberty County, and honestly some of them are really amazing. So let me know if you'd like me to do a second part to this, because it was really fun to make. It took a very long time, but it was in the end really fun, and I think it, you know, it ended up with a really great product. So anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. Really hope you did enjoy. If you did, please do consider subscribing. I do post daily Liberty County content, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading